Okay, we are ready to make our first object in Maya. And basically there's two ways you can create an object. One is by using the menu and the other is by using the shelf. So first we're going to use the menu. So I click on Autodesk Maya to make it the active application. Okay, I make sure my menu set is set correctly. I want it to be on polygons. Okay, and then I go up to the Create menu right here. We're going to pick Create Polygon Primitives. And while you're here, I want you to make sure that this interactive creation function is not checked for this exercise. It may be checked, it may not be. If yours is checked, you just click on it to toggle it off so it's not checked. Okay. The next thing you're going to pick is cube. And as you can see, it created a little cube in the middle of our workspace, and I'm using my middle mouse button like a wheel to zoom up on this to see a little bit closer. And as you can see, it is a 3D object. Okay, as we're looking at it, see right down here there's an X, a Y, and a Z. So as we're looking at it, this is the X-axis, this is the Y-axis, and how far out it is from the beginning is the Z-axis. Now where these X, Y, and Z are can vary depending on how you're looking at the object and how the object's set up. But for right now, X is red and it's going this way, and Y is green and it's kind of your up and down, and then you can think of Z of how it's popping out towards you to the screen. Okay, and how these work is we've got a little view cube over here, and we're looking at kind of an orthographic representation here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to change it. So now we're looking at it straight on, and I'll zoom out a little bit so you can see it. Okay, from the front of the drawing. Now we're looking at it to the side, to the other side. We can look at it from the top and see as every time I'm clicking, this little X, Y, and Z orientation is changing to show how it really is in the drawing. Because you're looking at it from left, right, top, bottom, upside down, and it's trying to give you an idea of where you are. So we've got one thing working with Maya is you've got to get used to thinking in 3D space, and that is not always easy. So basically there's our little cube, and we're back at the beginning. Now when I click on the workspace, notice how these lines turn blue because the object is not selected. When I click on the object, it turns green to show that the object is selected. Okay, and right now I am going to delete my object. And I just picked Edit Delete. You could hit the delete key on your keyboard because I'm going to show you a second way to create an object. Okay, first we are going to make sure that under the Create menu and NURBS primitive, the interactive creation is not selected. Okay, because if it is, that's going to mess up how this works. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my shelf and I'm going to click that. And see how it made the same kind of figure that we had before, but it was a little bit of a shortcut. And if you clicked another one, you'd get another object. And these are different kind of pre-made objects that you could use in your scene. Okay? Green means it's a selected or active one. The other ones are not. Okay? And see, when you select an object over here in your channel box, it tells you what you have selected and gives you some of the characteristics of that, which we'll go into later, as far as where it is placed in our scene. Okay, so if I click this one, I've got a polygon cube. Click this one, I had the cylinder. If I could click more in here and get one of the other ones, it'll show you I've got a cone and so forth. Okay, all right. Next thing I'm going to show you how to do is how to save your work in Maya. So let's pretend that we're done with our scene. You just basically go File, Save Scene. Okay, it is going to prompt you to give the scene a name. So you could just say, you know, playing around or whatever. And then you hit Save As. Now we'll talk more about the file path that we're going to save things in, but for now it's really easy. Now you see when you saved it, it's still on your screen. So if you want to close out of this scene, you have to pick New Scene, and basically that closes the scene that you're on and puts you back in a blank document, as it were. And then of course to close completely out of the program, you go up here to Maya and quit Maya. Now if you're using Windows, it's going to be a little bit different, but it's going to be pretty much the same standard things. You're picking things from the menu across the top.